I think we saw quite a good opportunity to sort of get some really good points at this event and pass some of the less experienced teams that are ahead of us, and unfortunately we were denied that opportunity. And
much like what I'm doing here, we've been screwed.
The way the league is now, we don't get a lot of time on the water training, so you have to kind of jump at any opportunity that you get. And the nice part about doing the HSB2 testing is that we get days on the water sailing as a team, and especially with the onboarding of CJ coming as a new person on board. Any hours we can get are good hours. When that onboarding of these new foils does happen, it means that we have a bunch of hours on them already, so that we'll be a bit of ahead of the game when it comes to when that package actually comes on board.
You guys can do it if you want. Amazing.
Welcome to a very special presentation here on Fox Sports News and streamed on KO right around Australia, but of course going live right around the world, care of our friends of SailGP, as we gear up for the best race on the SailGP circuit. And after the last event, how are you feeling coming into this one?
Yeah, we're feeling good. We're excited for what's coming tomorrow. From what I've seen, it's going to be a big day.
But you also tend to push the envelope more often than not. Is that a style that you're going to be sticking to?
I'm a fighter. I've grown up having to fight for every inch and every position in every team, and that's my attitude, and that's how I guess it comes across on the race course, and that's what I've been born to do, and here I am.
And of course your home event, Canada, not too far away. What's the feeling like back home as well?
Amazing. 100 days to go till we're racing in Halifax, and it's going to be similar to Sydney Harbour. It's a similar size. So the support at home is huge. We've got massive amounts of people gearing up for it already. The ticket sales are going on 27th of March. So yeah, stand by. It's going to be a ripper.
yeah, Friday, look, the call was made to cancel the training, which is a little bit sad because that's usually a day where you've got an opportunity to get the boat in good shape and make sure there are no bugs in the system. Yeah, look, that call was made by SailGP based on the weather and didn't want to take any big risks, and yeah, a shame it didn't happen, but hey, it is what it is. Yeah, Saturday morning, yeah, everyone was pumped to get out there in some big breeze and yeah, tricky southerly racing. It's yeah, definitely a special breeze direction for Sydney.
No, it's good. We've got a great boat. I think what I want to just say is that last year I think we had a real tough time here, and not only on shore but also on the water. And I remember coming out of that day and we all sat down on the boat and we had a real good hard look at ourselves in a chat and said we knew we did a lot of things wrong that day, and we knew we could be so much better. And I think today is our opportunity to put all those wrongs right. Keep it simple, don't overcomplicate it like we did last year. I think back each other up as well. If someone has one, let's pick them up and get the boat back on its feet and ripping, because there's going to be a lot of passing opportunities.
Today we are scheduled for 3 fleet races in Sydney Harbour, where the winner gets 10 points, last gets just 1.
Yeah, we managed to do all the warm-up. It wasn't long, I think about half an hour of sailing before race 1, and yeah, it was good, felt good. We had the boat locked in and, you know, sailing really well, and yeah, we're pretty pumped to get going racing again.
We were in good spirits, we were ready to go out and attack the day. We felt like we were sailing the boat really precisely, really well, really quick, really high, sort of all the things that you want out of your pre-race training time.
Yeah, roll into the start.
Get ready to hit 1 minute to go before the first race. And the entire fleet, all 10 now in the start box.
The gun goes. Canada look for a gap late on. 7 here. Top of the line Denmark, middle of the line New Zealand. It's all about acceleration as we turn towards the line. Great start Spain, great start New Zealand, but who's first on the foils? It's going to be Australia.
Wasn't the best start. We were a little bit late for the line and we're sort of fighting around mid-pack.
On my Cosworth display, I have, it's like a check engine light in your car, basically. I have an area that comes up with faults and fault codes when something starts to go wrong.
Hold and lock. That's the turn now. Here we go. Turn up, and hold.
And then basically we did our first jibe.
My rake. Right, shifts in front of you here. Yeah, try to get down here, guys. Belly down if you want it. Up.
And something felt a little bit wonky. The dagger boards didn't quite do what I thought they were going to do, and I looked down at my screen and I had a low rake pressure.
Coming up. I've got a rake pressure low alarm.
That's
here.
a bit concerning because the rake pressure is the highest priority in the hydraulic system. So when that light comes on, it's a bit concerning, but then it went away.
Just check, Izzy. H1.
No issues.
Stevie, with Genesis Island in the middle of the course, this course is just massive, what we've seen in the last 2 events in the Middle East.
Big press out of this. Keep pressing. Mark. Good gains. Loads of breeze coming here, boys. This is going to be good. Jib, set up, please. I have nothing on it. The button's not working. What's mine?
But then we sort of slowly, throughout the race, started to lose hydraulic functions.
Oh, it's not down, boys. Not locked. Working on it. Hydro's having a little issue today. Yeah, the hydros are slow. Something's wrong, but we'll go for it as we are now.
The way the hydraulics work on these boats is there's a priority for the hydraulic.
No shift function. Copy.
So we started losing jib functions, and then we lost basically all the jib functions, and then we started losing wing functionality and the twist and the invert on the wing.
Board's not going. Stop moving things. Lock.
I've sailed these boats quite a lot, and you notice right away when there's an issue. You know, a hydraulic function just moves a little bit oddly, you pick it up pretty quickly. So we're starting to lose some hydraulic power and functions, which is obviously concerning, but a little bit strange.
Let's focus here. Thinking about ringing the bell there, mate. Hey? Thinking about ringing the bell there. Go all the way. Possibly. Lost all the cant, okay? Air copy, it's big righty. It's not popping. Come up, please, Izzy. Oh, it's not working today. Yeah, we've got our stall hydros here, Fletchy. Don't press, I can't do anything for you. Yeah, rake is not moving. Copy still. Reset boat, Izzy. Don't press, you'll capsize here, Phil. But no hydro pressure, 0 hydro pressure. Turn the boat off and on. Yeah, agree. Just drive the boat, Phil, you're going to capsize. Disabled.
Look, we tried everything on the water, you know, with, we can sort of turn the boat on and off through the computer. So we tried that and it sort of seemed to help.
Come on, boat. Bloody work.
I decided I'd unplug the computer and plug it back in to see if that helps. Sometimes that works. We all know that drill.
We'll just plug out and back in. Are you going back on now? Well, I've never had this before. High mode here, high mode.
So we were trying everything we could to sort of jump start the boat and get it going again, and yeah, nothing was working.
We're going to need hydro here ASAP. Is it worth finishing for a point here? Yeah, Philippe? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, once it was going downwind and foiling, our boat was not capable of doing that. And yeah, watching everyone sail past, we knew that we just had to wait for the time limit to expire before we could get into fixing it.
And then finally, we just lost all function with the last one being the dagger board. And then that was kind of it.
You have a hydro person on the boat, Fletch.
Yeah, they jumped on the boat right after the race, and yeah, we're sort of scrambling around trying to fix it and trying to discover the issue was the hard part.
Rake was okay, but now it's gone. Well, it had rake for a while. That was the last to go.
Copy that.
So it's like the pump's just gone.
I'll ask Alex for some more information if it's the whole platform.
Yeah.
I think it was just sporadically coming on and off.
Like all the pumps just started to shut down.
Yeah, okay, so we have seen that. We're looking at it.
But they didn't all go at once. It was like 1, 2, 3, and my rake was the last one to go.
They actually never discovered it during the whole time on the water, so they were working pretty hard, 3 of them, to figure it out and see what was going on. And yeah, is there any option to regress? Pretty disappointing, and not much we could have done. And then obviously we set out the next 2 races with pretty major issues on board.
No, and I think this is really bad news for the Canadian crew, unfortunately. It's going to make it so hard for them. Going to be difficult times on that Canadian boat.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously gutting. We're all competitors, we're all professional athletes. We want to go out and compete. And, you know, we travel halfway around the world to come down here and put our best foot forward and make sure that we get a fair shake at it. And unfortunately, it doesn't seem like we got a fair shake at it. You control what you can control, and that was something that was out of our control. So I think as a squad, we did a pretty good job of, you know, while we were massively disappointed, we did a really good job of just keeping our head in the game so that if the tech team did get it fixed and we could get back in the race, we were ready to go.
Yeah, couldn't find what was the problem, and then obviously couldn't fix it as well. Look, it meant we finished the day with 1 point. And in a fleet like this, where you probably need 20 plus points on your first day to have a decent event, yeah, you're out the back door, you'll last by a long way, and it's event over, basically, unless a miracle happens. And you know, when you're racing the best people, not often you get miracles like that. And yeah, there we were with 1 point and last on the leaderboard and last in the event. And
you know, the boat broke. It's not really our fault. We didn't do anything wrong. So in our mind, we should be getting redressed for those 2 races, and that means our gap won't be over.
After a tough day, sometimes you just have to look at your friend and say, tomorrow's going to be better.
I don't know if I'm sad. I'm a bit more like annoyed and disappointed. It's a bit more like, it's not like, it's more like,
yeah, everyone's a bit gutted, but good day tomorrow, and hopefully it won't be as bad as it looks right now.
Much like what I'm doing here, we've been screwed. Got her back to the base, and now we'll try and work out what's happening.
There's a contact point that runs all the high voltage electronics on the boat, which is basically the rotary pumps which generate hydraulic pressure. And that contact point was basically contacting and uncontacting, and then it burnt out a solenoid, and then basically had a massive failure where we couldn't generate any hydraulic issues. So, you know, that's something that's out of our control. These boats are, all the work is done by the league. We really don't have any say into putting them together. So we kind of just have to trust that the league's gonna give us a piece of machinery that works. And unfortunately, there was something happened somewhere, and that wasn't quite the reality of it.
look, they did a good job. They found it, they repaired it, and got the boat back to working order today, which was pretty nice. Yeah, look, the mood was good this morning. We sort of had a very loose attitude towards it. We had nothing to lose, so you've got no pressure.
So we went out there pretty relaxed, pretty calm, you know. Singing sea shanties while we were hoisting the jib. So it was a pretty light mood.
Everyone getting into position as all 10 boats will be on the start line. Canada's got their problems sorted out, and we are ready to go racing.
Looking for this line to turn white, and we're going to be go in Sydney for race 4 on Sunday.
Yeah, it was tricky to find the right strategy, so we sort of worked on one, had a plan, and didn't quite execute at race 1, and we're pretty deep off the line. We're sort of fighting around the back after that, which is pretty nice.
Bounce back in a sense for Canada and Phil Roberts. Remember, they were out of the last 2 races yesterday.
Then we tweaked our strategy and plan and executed at race 2.
And look for the line to turn white, and it's going to be a clear start, is it? Oh, it's so early, I think, there maybe for Switzerland. They look like...
I mean, happy that we actually got to go racing, got to go fast, got to sail the boat around the race course on the foils. It's been a while since we've done that, so.
Canada with a nice bounce back after having mechanical issues yesterday. It looks like they're going to hold on for 2nd place.
Yeah, finished the day with a 2nd place, which is nice. I think my takeaway from the weekend is, yeah, you kind of need a boat that works to be able to race.
So our next event is Christchurch in New Zealand. And so that event has a ton of fond memories for all of us here at the team. A year since last year we won the New Zealand SailGP.
Hope to go put another win on the board would be a massive, massive achievement, and a goal we're certainly going to be striving for.
It's sort of one of the highlights of my sailing career personally, and so we're really looking forward to it.
I guess sometimes you get lucky and sometimes you don't, and I guess in life it's probably the same. You get dealt a pretty rough hand every now and then, and this weekend was definitely a rough hand for our team, and yeah, we didn't really have any cards to play with, and yeah,